It looks like our Christmas card. This literally looks like our Christmas card.
That's gonna be the
Can we maybe move some of the pillows
Yes.
and then just like have more room for both of us?
100%.
Okay. I feel like I'm wearing the exact same outfit I was wearing in my last video from 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm also not wearing makeup. No, because I haven't been able to have a proper everything shower.
In a while.
Yeah, because I've been like working 13-hour days and I'm just like, yeah, so I got out of the shower, I'm like, I'm so clean. I don't want to put makeup on. And then I just ended up putting this outfit on, so... Yep, here we are.
Yeah, the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah, welcome back to my channel. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Liv, I'm an independent author, and this is one of my best friends in the whole world.
Yeah, I'm Cal, also known as Musical Savage 0 on AO3. She's a actual published author, and I'm a published author in the fanfiction world. And we talk about things.
Yeah.
I was supposed to think of the topic for this month, but I've been having lots of health issues, so that's been not on my docket. But I had the idea that we talk about writing what you want versus what others want.
Which is something I'm very passionate about.
Like I know you or something.
Right? It's almost like we've been best friends for 6, 7.
Oh, I'm gonna leave!
Alright. I don't know why I opened my phone as if I had notes, as if we didn't just come up with this like 4 hours ago.
I texted her this morning and I was like, hey, I thought of the idea, here's what it is.
Yeah.
My thing is I'm running into this because of I have certain fan fictions that I haven't updated in, okay, I have 2 that I haven't updated in a year. Oh, yikes! And then I have one that I haven't updated since May, that's like my most popular one, and I have a series that I haven't updated since, I think that was also May of this year, that I'm like, people keep commenting, be like, we're waiting for them, like, awaiting the next update, that I'm like, I just keep writing one-shots. I just am like, but what if Danny was in different places and not the same universe that I created? Ooh. I think it's easier with fan fiction, though, to write what I want versus what people want. I don't know about you, but like, because I'm like, I have the power, it's my idea, I'm not getting paid to write fan fiction, and so it's like, it's up to me what I write, and I'm not in the whims of monetary value to then be pressured to write something else.
Yeah, me personally, like, I probably should, like, here's the thing is, like, as an independent author, I feel like I should care more about trends and, like, writing to market and stuff, but I don't, because I want the things I write to feel genuine, and, like, I want them to come from my heart and not from, like, okay, I guess this is the trend now, so I have to write something that fits this, and I have to, like, if I write something, it's because I had the idea for that. It's not because I saw what was trending and tried to come up with an idea for it. So,
I think also, like, just trends in general don't last very long. And so, like, if I'm focusing on one trend to then write, that's not gonna last very long. It's like, by the time I put something out that I am happy with, the trend's already over.
Yeah.
It's like, and like, that's just in like fan fiction terms. It's like, if I write an AU, most AUs stay pretty popular though, but like, if I am like, oh, this specific trope is popular right now, let me write around it, by the time I put out something that I like, it's not going to be moving as much. That I can't even imagine trying to write a novel around a trend. I'm like, I can't even imagine
I
doing
saw
that.
I won't say which author it was, but I saw, like, I was watching somebody, it was like their NaNoWriMo vlog, like outlining their book for NaNoWriMo, and I watched it, and it's like literally she's like sitting there like at her desk, like you can tell she does not want to be there. She's like, okay, I'm gonna plan my book for NaNoWriMo this year. This genre is really trending right now, so I'm gonna try to write something in that genre. Let me think of what I want to do. Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna end up doing. And like, it's like a montage of like her thinking for a while, like off screen or whatever. She comes back, she's like, okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. And she's like describing the plot of the book, and she sounds so unenthused about it. I'm like, even if the plot sounded interesting, I don't want to read that, because you don't feel any passion about writing it. It's why, because originally University Story was gonna be after a different series that I had an inspiration for, but I remember I was like, because okay, so basically I was like, okay, well, that will be what I write after Saving Summer. It takes place at the 10-year class reunion, and I already started writing it as taking place in 2024. So I'm like, if it comes out in 2025 or 2026, like it'll be okay that it's set in 2024, whatever. But when I remember I got to the point where I was like, okay, I have to bang the rest of this out so I can get it to my editor before the end of 2024. And I remember just sitting there and thinking like, I don't want to do that. Like, this is not what I'm passionate about. Like, I kept thinking about University Story and Violet's novel, which Lost and Found, it has a name now. You didn't watch that video? How dare you?
It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
So
I don't read your fan fiction. It's fine.
Well, you also don't know Danny Phantom, so it's...
Well, I know of Danny Phantom, but not in the way that you do. But yeah, but I was just like, I'm not passionate about that story right now. I'm passionate about this other story. That's what I'm going to write, because I don't want the readers to feel like I only wrote it because I had to.
That's what I ran into with my fan fiction, because I was feeling like pressured of like, and then I have to update this one at least. It's called Something Borrowed, Something New. I haven't updated it since May, but it's one of those things where I know where I want to go with it, but I don't know how I want to get there. Because I have, for all of my fanfiction, I have a very loose outline for all of them, and then it's, I honestly go chapter by chapter for my fanfiction. So readers out there, if you can leave a comment if you can tell that I sometimes don't have an outline. That's why I write so many one-shots, it's because I don't have to think of a broadened story. I can just stick within the one.
Yeah.
Or even with my Danny Bake series, it's like I haven't like overarching like what I kind of want to happen in future ones, but I don't, it's very one shot by one shot. That for the Something Borrowed, Something New, I know I want to go with it, but I don't know how I want to get there. And so like I don't want to just push out something to just get an update. That's the same thing with my hero Danny Phantom fic. I haven't updated since it was September of 24 that I haven't updated, because I have where I want to get there, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. And I've been like rewriting and writing the like same like chapter. I think it's 6 now, but it's like I keep rewriting this chapter because I'm not happy with it. That it's like, that's why it's been so long. It's because I keep getting other ideas, then I spend my time doing that. In my little dial, basically I can write a one shot or a chapter once a month, and even then, with how busy my life has been recently, I'm like, I can't do this. But just so I see so many people kind of go to the whims of like others when they write, kind of like with the author you were talking about. It's like, oh, I guess I have to get this thing, and you can tell when there's not passion there. Right. And some people are like, but how was it? What was your inspiration? And they're like, oh, I just whatever. And it's like, if you're not passionate about your story, no one's gonna read it.
Like I'm gonna bring up Twilight, which I am not a Twilight fan, never actually read all the series. I've only seen the movies because my mom was obsessed with them. Like, not really my thing. But the vampire genre, if I remember correctly, was not really a big thing until Stephenie Meyer had a dream about My Chemical Romance and wrote Twilight, and then it like kicked off like the entire trend. And so it's like, who's to say that you won't start a trend if you write what you're passionate about? Yeah. Probably you won't always, like, not everybody can be the greats, not everybody can be like, I'm gonna start the next trend. With
J.R.R. Tolkien, elves before he wrote Lord of the Rings were little people. Like they were the like little like kind of brownie type, like, and then they're running around like the elves who make your shoes, like, and it wasn't until his story that then they were these majestic, like, all powerful things. And now when you think of elves, you think of like elf / fae. You don't think of the like little guys.
Yeah, it's like, I wasn't trying to like be a downer of like, you're not gonna set the next trend, but what I'm saying is you have to believe and write as if you will. Like, believe that what you're writing is so important, like that story that you had the inspiration for, believe that it's so important that it will start the next trend and it will show.
And even straight up, even if it doesn't, even because like the novel that I'm writing now of Music and Magic, it's like, I think about it and I'm like, it's like kind of same old. It's a magical high school setting. That's so original, you guys. I say in great sarcasm, but like the plot of it is original, even if the setting's gonna be original, but like the idea of a magical high school isn't. That it's like, at this point, like, original thought, like, you have a moment where like, oh, like, I've never had an original thought in my life, and it's like, it's hard now to write and then for someone not to compare it to something else. Yeah. Like, I say magical high school and I think of multiple animes that I've seen, but most people think Harry Potter. But it's like, you can write something and it can be separate. Like, it can be your own without... People will compare it to whatever, but it's like you have to believe what you're writing is original and good. And also, as long as you think it's good, it doesn't really else matter.
Yeah.
Because that's like with my fan fictions, my siblings will now know I will watch something brand new and I pause and I'm like, you know what I should write? And that means I should put Danny into the situation. And does the crossover make sense? No. I was watching Heidi with my dad over Thanksgiving and I was like, how can I write Danny Phantom into the Heidi universe? The answer is you can't. It doesn't make any freaking sense if I put him in there, and I'm probably not going to. But it was just the like, and then that's another thing. As like, it doesn't matter if you write something and it doesn't go anywhere. It can sit in your Word or your notebook or Google Docs. Like, you don't have to publish it. Just like, this is turning into a, and then write even though it doesn't matter.
No, because when I tell you, I have such a backlog of things that I have written over the years that are like waiting for their moment to shine, to like be polished by my editor, or for like, even like they'll just be sitting there unfinished for years and then I'll go back and be like, I figured out how I want to finish it years later.
Or like, cause I have notebooks, like physical notebooks filled of stories that I wrote in middle school that I'm like, I'm not really feeling the idea, but it's like I went back and reread some of them and I was like, wow, that's cringe as hell. But I did take some of the ideas and putting them in a different novel that I'm writing. That it's like, you can basically write. If you enjoy writing, it doesn't have to be published anywhere, though I will always recommend AO3 because I wasn't publishing my stuff anywhere and I didn't think I was going to be a good writer, and lots of people have read my stuff, and anytime I get comments or kudos, I'm like, I could be a good writer. Like, wait a minute, I could publish because people are reading my silly little fan fictions. That like gives me hope that, again, you don't have to publish on AO3 or fanfiction.net, or I don't know if Wattpad exists anymore. I never used it, but like, also fanfiction.net is not a good place to put your fanfictions. Anyway, but like, even if they don't ever see the light of day, you'll know that they exist.
Yeah.
And then you can pull them from other places.
There's no rush to publish either. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I was like, I had it in my head, I was like, I want to publish my first book before I graduate high school. God help anyone who would have read what I was able to write when I was in high school.
When did you write? We're gonna...
But like, when I publish something, when you publish something, you might not know it now. Like right now, what you might be thinking is like, I just want it out there. But years later, you will be like, why did I rush to get that out there when it was like not ready and it could have been so much better? Now it is tied to my name forever. And like, you can unpublish books, sure, but like the copies will still be out there. The internet will remember. Pepperidge Farm will remember. Ha! What is that from, actually?
I don't know.
Okay, I just always hear people say Pepperidge Farm remembers, and I don't even know what it's from.
I don't know if you can even see Toby. He jumped up, but
oh hey,
he's
also very dark.
I don't know if you can see him against my dark blue couch.
Yeah, you can see him against my yellow sweater.
It's true. Me Toby, short for October. One of my cats. The other one's here somewhere. December.
I saw him.
December loves the Christmas tree, so
yeah. I wonder what the connection is.
Yeah. I should not be a cat person.
Yeah.
Me at you.
I don't dislike cats, I'm a dog person. What can I say? Which is wild because when I was 8, I loved cats. Like, I was definitely a cat person when I was like in elementary school, and I was terrified of dogs until I made friends with this girl, Aaliyah, in 5th grade, and I would go to her house and she had a dog, and for some reason I wasn't scared of her dog. And then I just kind of stopped being scared of dogs after that. And then I got Sugar.
What's that called? Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy. Yeah, I got Sugar in 8th grade after me and Aaliyah stopped being friends twice. Like twice or 3 times. I don't know. Aaliyah, if you're out there. Yeah.
All that to say, just write. And if you want to publish it, go ahead. But my thing with fan fiction publishing, I write silly little crossovers that people read, and I'll write some that I'm like, this is dumb and stupid, and then people are reading it and they're like, oh, please give me more, and I'm like, bestie, I was gonna keep this as a one-shot. Like, I just published a Yuri and Ice Danny Phantom crossover that I got a comment, and they were like, please write more, and I'm like, no.
I feel like it's also very easy though to like fall into a trap when you're doing that, to like when you write something that you intend to have a set end at this point, and then people want you to write more, so you like reopen the universe and like try to write more. I feel like at some point it stops feeling genuine because you're just trying to like shoehorn things in here and there. Like, I love the Hunger Games. Both of the prequels, neither of them feel like that to me. Like, they don't feel shoehorned, they don't feel it. Parts of Sunrise on the Reaping feel like perhaps she did that just to, because she knew people would go nuts for it, like like Effie. I'm like, love Effie's involvement, but like really anyway, I did love her involvement, but like at the same time I'm like, really?
I can't give it anything because I read the books and I saw the movies, and then I've never consumed it ever since then. So like, I'm aware, but I'm not.
Yeah, but like, so like Suzanne Collins is an example of somebody who like does that well with like still giving people what they want but still making it feel genuine for the most part.
There was an author, I don't remember, it was like the Warrior blank.
Warrior Cats?
Not Warrior Cats. Love Warrior Cats.
I've never read Warrior Cats. My best friend in 8th grade was obsessed with Warrior Cats, and I did not want to be like her. And we're not friends anymore. I don't even have to apologize.
It's like Warrior of the Mind, Warrior of, basically it. Hold, I'm gonna Google. Oh well, I don't remember. It's fine. Basically, I don't remember who the author was, but I read it in high school where it was like, it was a trilogy that was wrapped up really well, and then she wrote a 4th book because everyone wanted like they wanted more, and so she just kind of made up. She was like, well, then this is like a prequel, but not a prequel. Like, it's set during the events of the trilogy, but not actually. And then just kind of unraveled and made more plot holes that I'm like, you could have just not done that.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll get inspiration to write prequels or sequels while I'm working on something, but then I'll outline that before I put anything out, because then that way it's like, it's not, I don't have to shoehorn anything in the last minute or like change what I'm doing to like make something fit that doesn't fit.
Also for me, as someone who writes fan fiction, would I write fan fiction of my own book? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know what I think of when I think of like a trilogy that wrapped up really well, but then they decided to keep making more for some reason, money? Toy Story.
Oh, Toy Story is so good, and then they're like, and then there's a 4th one, and you're like,
I haven't seen the 4th one. I do not plan on seeing the 5th one.
Are they making? Oh, they are making a 5th one. You're like, can you let it rest? Let it. The body hasn't cooled down yet. Like, come on. Right.
But yeah, so like that's a movie, not really a book, but I'm just like if you have a story that you have completed, there's really no need to like reopen it and keep adding stuff.
It's giving The Hobbit, where the Hobbit's shorter than any of the Lord of the Rings books, and they stretched it into 3 movies because they could, and they added things, and you're like, I understand you did that for money and it did make you a lot of money, but also like,
yeah, and like I feel like the reason Suzanne Collins is able to pull that off is because when she wrote the Hunger Games book, she obviously had like this lore in her head that she, I guess, like maybe didn't plan to do anything with at first, but then saw that there was a lot of interest. And people say like she only writes when she has something to say, so it's like the time to say something had arrived, and so she could finally do something with all that lore that she had in her head. And I don't believe she knew like all the lore of the prequels when she wrote the original trilogy, but I feel like she had a good idea, so it's not like, that's why I feel like she's able to pull it off, is because she at least like
felt thought out. I haven't read them, but from what people say, that I've noticed, it's like it didn't feel like until there's a prequel because it's so popular. It's I have a space where I can lore dump.
Yeah,
I love lore dumping.
Same. I have so much lore for every book that I've ever written that is just never gonna see the light of day because it's like nobody cares but me, but I'm just like, I can tell you. Yeah, like people like, honestly, like I wonder how many fanfiction accounts out there are actually the author being like, what if I did this spin-off?
What if I wrote fanfiction for myself? Here's the thing, I, as a fanfiction writer, straight up, I'm not in even the, like, what's the word I want? I'm not even in the stages of like sending my writing to an editor. Like, I'm not, haven't completed the story yet. I'm still looking at beats and stuff. But like, if I found out that there's fan fiction for my book, I think I would ascend to heaven. I think that would be
But like, aren't authors not allowed to read fan fiction of their work or something like that?
No. I don't think so.
I don't know. I read that somewhere and I'm just like, I feel like I
Girl,
would love to read fan fiction of my own work.
So, Saving Summer, Danny Phantom.
No. No, but like sometimes I'm like, I want to see what other people can do with these characters. Like I think the reason is because like, then what if you steal somebody's idea for your next book? But I'm like, I wouldn't do that until I was done with the done, absolutely done publishing it. Then I would read like what other people want, like what have other people done with these characters that I wrote? Like what, I don't know. But that's me just thinking someday I'll be important enough for somebody besides you to write fan fiction about my character.
All right, could I do University Danny Phantom?
I don't know where he'd fit.
I've made slim chances work before.
The thing is, like, and I'm gonna reveal this eventually in my like 5 fun facts about University Story video, but like it originally had a magic system when I first started writing it, but then I was like, no, this is way too complicated.
Magic systems are rough.
I know, I was like, this is way too complicated, I just want them to be normal. And then I was like, the magic, like the main thing I was using the magic for, which I'll spoil eventually, but not now, but the main thing I was using it for kind of like took away from the main character making it on her own. Which is like the main thing I wanted to do, is like she makes it on her own, just like she has autism and she makes it on her own and she finds love and all these things. And yeah. My thing,
magic systems, good magic systems are tough to write.
Yeah.
In my of music and magic that I'm writing, there's like 2 types of magic that are basically separated, because, oh, surprise, surprise, the villain knows how powerful they are together, so he separates them. That's of music and magic is full of cliches, but also I don't care enough. So
sometimes you gotta have cliches.
Yeah, it's like people, like basically you can't have an entirely, like you can have an entirely.
You were saying?
You're stretching.
No, he meowed at me, and I was seeing what he wanted.
Little guy. You can have an entirely original thought, but it's really hard. Like, so I'm like, am I gonna lean into a lot of cliches with my novel? Yeah, but also it's like the other book that I'm writing is kind of taking cliches and flipping them on the head, that I'm like, you know, I can have a book full of cliches.
That's my favorite thing to do, is like make people think that it's leaning towards this cliche and then at the last minute be like, "Meh."
It's not so much because it's my demon book. Like, it's not even, well, it's my demon book in more ways than one, because holy moly is it fighting against me. Anyway, but I'm like, this character should do this thing, and then my plot hole brain is like, that doesn't work, and I'm like, damn it. Like, what do you mean? But like it's flipping it on its head, but it's just kind of like, oh, usually, you know, oh no, the main character's he's an orphan and that's so hard, and it's this like, no, both of his parents are alive and very supportive of him.
You know what I love to do that with, especially as problematic tropes, or like just like to kind of like expose them being problematic. But I also love when people do it with ones that are way overdone, like the orphan cliche. Like when I read the book If I Stay and the sequel, like Adam's parents, like if you haven't read or seen If I Stay, then skip this part, but like Adam's parents are very much like normal parents. They're involved in his life, they're boring. Like that's his whole thing, is like he's like, I'm this rebel rocker guy with the most normal, boring, loving parents ever. And then in the movie they're like, oh yeah, I have no parents. I saw my dad at the liquor store. He didn't even recognize me. And I'm just like, bruh. Like, he didn't need that cliche to be a good character. Like, he worked just fine as the author wrote him.
As having normal parents.
Yeah. That's the only part of the movie that bothers me more than Kim's hair not being in a messy braid.
Oh my god, why? For real?
Well, no, because like in the book, they're like, Mia is the narrator. She's like, Kim's hair has never ever looked neat. It's always in a braid and it's always messy because she does it like in the morning and like it's always like falling out all over the place. And in the movie, her hair is like pin straight.
Sorry, I just hear messy bun and I'm like, oh my gosh, did her parents sell her to One Direction too? Like...
Oh my god. Wait, there is a movie that was made from that, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
No, I think Zendaya was in it. I don't remember what it's called, but I think so.
Oh, yeah, there's some movie based on the One Direction fan fiction where they get sold to Harry Styles. No, Harry Styles wasn't in it. No.
Where?
After.
think. The Idea of You? Maybe
Oh,
it says
maybe.
Anne Hathaway. Maybe I got it wrong. Ooh, sorry, Anne Hathaway.
Oh no, After.
Yep. Wow, I'm surprised.
I haven't seen it or read the fan fiction, but I just knew. Because like 50 Shades was Twilight fan fiction. Twilight was MCR fan fiction. And then I was like, there's no way that the One Direction being sold fan fiction.
I mean, it's
I think there's too much forbidden love tropes in the gay literature universe. I'm like, do something else. Like, we have enough like forbidden love tropes in our real life. Like, what are we gonna say that's not gonna get edited out? Like,
so I support.
I'm just gonna rage bait you for the rest of the video. Let's see.
Easy.
Let's see. I think that Daddy Elon makes good cars.
What? Okay.
Okay. We were driving where we were going through a tunnel, and you're like, I'm gonna hold my breath going through the tunnel, and I was like, okay. So I think men need more rights. Yo.
We should figure out how to end this.
Yeah. We've not been talking about the topic for like 30 minutes at this point.
Alright, so basically, to wrap it up, because we've just been yapping about
Write what
things.
you want, man.
Write what you want, and if no one reads it, whatever. Like, you're writing for yourself.
Because if you're writing for other people, then it shows.
Yeah. And so write for yourself, and people who will like it will read it, and people who don't will choose not to. And that's fine. So.
But if all you care about is the money, then you're in the wrong business, because all you care about is the money, then like get a real job. Like, you should write because you want to write, not because you need to make money.
And if you need to make money, don't write like novels. Like, you can get money by writing like self-help books.
Yeah.
Or like, I was obsessed with like the chicken soup for the teenage soul.
I saw one of those at Goodwill today. Oh my gosh, I almost got it, but I was like, I don't need teen love and friendship for the soul or whatever.
But like, do something like that. If you want to write and earn money, there are ways to be an author and earn money that aren't like as like an art form kind of vibe.
Yeah. When you turn it into like the fast fashionification of literature, then it's like everything just feels like everything I read that's like written for market just feels so cheap and like, okay, like, yeah, this is the trending trope right now, we're just trying to crank more of that out.
Don't because if you just fast fashion writing, you'll get this day and age you'll get blamed that it's AI. So, write well enough.
Not to say that nobody who writes to market is a good writer and can put out a good book, but just like in general, most of the time I can tell if something was written because the author was passionate about that story, or it was written because the author needed to make money and this is a trending trope right now.
You can be a popular author and be terrible at writing. Colleen Hoover exists.
Oh, geez.
So, like, but people like her stuff. I don't understand it, but like, write what you want. It doesn't matter in the end.
Nothing matters.
That's how we end the video. Write what you want, and if people like it, they'll read it, and if they don't, they'll ignore it. And any hate you get, it's easy to for us to be like, and then just ignore it, but like straight up.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather read something that's like not my genre at all, not trending, but the author was so passionate about that story. Because like, I've read I've read genres that are out of my comfort zone before, and I've enjoyed them because the author is passionate about their story. And I've read books within my usual genre, which is YA fiction, or YA realistic fiction, and hated them because they were, like, you could tell the author just wanted to put a book out there. Yeah. So, yeah.
So write what you want, fuck the haters.
Yeah.
We're out!
Bye!